Welcome everyone to today's video where we are checking out the Spotlight deck leader, Chancellor Palpatine from Secrets of Power, alongside the Data Vault base. So, I found this while scrolling to see the top decks of what's happening right now in the meta. Now, we don't have big meta results. There's no PQs yet, there's no regionals yet, there's nothing of the big, but we got some small minor tournaments like Store Showdown, some minor 1K tournaments, that's $1,000. So I have seen Palpatine Data Vault popping up around those. So I decided, you know what, let's check out a deck from a Store Showdown that recently had happened. So we're going to take a review of the leader, the base, the deck, and then jump to Carabas for a best of one. Palpatine states on his front side, action, pay 1, tap, and search top 5 cards of your deck for a card with plot, reveal it, and then draw it. Put the rest in the bottom of your deck in a random order. He flips for 7, 4, 6, 8, and then states on his backside, the first plot card you use, reduce its cost by 3. So the whole stick is once you flip over Palpatine, you want to use an expensive plot card first, or a cheap plot card first to reduce its cost by that 3 so that you can get a good value off of that, and then you go ham with remaining plot cards. So his whole shtick is that we are just hunting down plot cards, utilizing them when the turn we flip, though we want to be cautious how many plot cards we actually put into our resources, because again, we can only play out so many plot cards per our standing resources, as the resources paid to play out the plot card do stay rested, and the card that comes in after we do the plot does come in rested as well. And of course, we're running the Data Vault, the 33 health base that makes our deck minimum of 60 cards. For the rest of the deck, we have triple Chancellor Palpatine. When played, if you control a leader unit, create 2 spy tokens, give those tokens Sentinel for the face. This is really good to come off of the Chancellor Palpatine flip. This is usually a card we want to be utilizing so we can get those Sentinels up and running. 2 Super Laser Technician. Once again, when defeated, we put into play as a resource readied. Triple Sly More. When played for this phase, each enemy unit gets -2 while it's attacking the base, which is pretty nice. Again, that's a really good just when played, as well as we could plot it out. Triple Cad Bane. This is the specialty rare card from the Chancellor Palpatine starter deck. When played, you may defeat a unit with 2 or less remaining HP. Again, we do have plot. Double a Darth Vader. When played, give a shield token to a friendly unit, an enemy unit. On attack, defeat an enemy unit with a shield token on it. Triple Dogmatic Shock Squad. It has Sentinel as well as plot. And then finally, triple Reinforced Walker. When played on attack with the top card of your deck, either draw that card or discard it and heal 3 damage to your base. So you get the card to your hand, or you can discard it to heal 3 from your base. Kind of good in the late game there to be able to dig a little further into your deck, because we are 60 cards. For our space units, we're running 2 First Light for Ambush, and when this unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may draw a card as well as plot. Double Avenger. When played on attack, the opponent chooses a non-leader unit they control and defeat it. Really good to play when the board is cleared out and then playing it. So a lot of times I like to do a Super Laser Blast on the board to clean it out. And then we could, if our opponent only has one guy to play, then we could just easily go Avenger on our next turn, knock out that unit before it does anything to us, which is pretty nice. Instant board clearing ability. Double Devastator, Sentinel Overwhelming, and when played, you may deal damage to an enemy unit equal to the number of resources you control. And then 1 Annihilator. Once again, when played, when defeated, you may defeat an enemy unit. If you do, search the controller's deck and hand for each card with the unit's name and discard them. As a reminder, it has to defeat a unit on the board. You just can't name anything. It has to be that. And then, by the way, because the game, it does not switch the subtitle, if you say kill a Luke Skywalker, say Luke Skywalker, are you still with me? It will look for everybody named Luke Skywalker, whether it's you, Luke Skywalker, you're still with me, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker from LOF. It does not matter. It just kills them all. It just removes them all from hand and from deck. So it's really nice. For our events, we got 1 restock to choose 4 cards or discard pop up bottom of our deck. Triple Timely Intervention. Once again, we could play this with the Smuggle, so it is nice to have in there. But again, you can play a unit from your hand, give it ambush. You do have to pay the cost of this and the unit. This is really good to go with Darth Vader. So a lot of times what you want to do with this is that you want a Timely Intervention out with the Darth Vader. Give a shield token to something you're not going to ambush into. You kill that on the attack, and then you go after the unit that you're trying to attack with Darth Vader, which is very nice. So basically, you can almost get 2 birds with 1 stone. Double Merciless Contest. Each player chooses a non-leader unit they control defeated. As a reminder, you do not have to have a unit to resolve this card. You just need to play it. As long as your opponent has a unit that is not a leader, they have to kill it. You do not have to resolve the effect of the card on your side. Triple power of the dark side, just our opponent can kill anything they want on the board. Triple resupply, just to continue to ramp. Double Feather Dragon to kill any non-leader unit, 5 or more power. Double Takedown to kill anything with 5 or less remaining HP. Triple Vigilance, again, choose 2 in any order. Discard 6 cards from your opponent's deck. Heal 5 damage from your base. Defeat a unit of 3 or less remaining HP. Give a shield token to a unit. Typically, you're going to go for the first 2. Discard the 6 and heal the 5. But there are times where you might decide to go for the defeated unit with 3 or less remaining HP. Triple No Glory results, take control of a non-leader unit and defeat it. Double Overwhelming Barrage to give a unit +2/+2, and then you can deal damage equal to its power divided among units your opponent has. Doubles Rivals Falls to just nuke anything off the board. And Triple Super Laser Blast to nuke everything off the board. And then our upgrades, we have Triple Entrench, the attack unit cannot attack the base. And Double Condemn. When it, while attacking, the unit is, attached unit is attacking, it gains on attack. The defending player may choose to disclose Vigilance Villainy. If you do, the unit gets -6 for the attack and loses all other abilities. As well, we want to constantly make sure if we do attach Condemn, we always have something in our hand that we can show for Condemn. This is just super strong until our opponent can remove it. With that, that is our Chancellor Sec Data Vault deck. Let's jump to Carabas to see what we do. Wat Tambor Yellow. Okay, very interesting. So Wat Tambor right now is using all the new official cards in the game to kind of manipulate it. So anyways, Wat Tambor is action of a friendly unit is defeated this phase. Give a +2/+2 to a unit that phase. And then he flipped for 5. Once again, on his 5 sides on attack, a friendly unit was defeated this phase. Give another unit +2/+2. He's basically a beatdown strategy. He'll beat you down in the dirt. I have a very interesting see yellow. I think we're going to take a mulligan. As much as this is a good hand, because we got some entrenches, we got some interesting things. Like, we do have a good couple things. I think we're going to take the mulligan. I would like to be able to start a little bit early here. The Condemn actually might be pretty good for us. I don't think right now in the early game that's really going to be much of a point, because the early game is definitely going to be... Let's do this. Ooh, nothing. Okay. Nothing to plot. The Annihilator's gonna have to go. Anyways, remember Palpatine the Lesser, when played, if you when you play a unit, you may exhaust this unit to create a battle droid token. So we'll put out a super laser tech. We will go for the pass. Okay, that's gonna be pretty good. The Condemn here. We have Condemn because we could put Condemn onto I mean, we don't really have timely intervention, that's the thing. But the Vigilance is going to be so good. I think we're just going to have to put this away. Okay, we're going to trigger. I guess we can go no glory on the results. Let's put a Condemn under the Dark Treya, so that we don't have to take this. Again, the Wat Tambor can easily power up the Palpatine the Lesser. If it powers up the Dark Treya, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so a spy was created. We'll go Chancellor Palpatine. We'll grab the Slimore. As a reminder, once again, because we have Condemn on this, even if he powers this up, even if Wat Tambor taps to power this up, it won't really matter. Because technically the Condemn trigger goes off there. I think we're going to have to put the Devastator away. We do have the Rivals Fall for, we do have the Rivals Fall, by the way, so we could kill off the Wat Tambor here if he decides to flip. We do have one more turn before the Chancellor comes out. So the Spy attacked. Let's put out Slimore here. So once again, remember when played, everybody gets a -2 when attacking the base for the turn. So we're only taking a damage point from that. We'll grab ourselves another Slimore. The only thing, well, we don't got much to plot out. That's the problem. We didn't get much to do for the plotting. Well, I'll just claim from here. We're a turn away for Super Laser Blast. That's the thing. I mean, we're not dead here, even with the amount of small bodies he's got. We're not technically, like, straight up dead just yet. That's the thing. We're not technically dead yet. Okay, what the heck do we want to do here? It's kind of interesting. Let's see. Because, I mean, next turn we have Super Laser Blast to go off. Let's see. Let's go... I mean, we could go Overwhelming Barrage to give Sly more that plus, and then go happen to kill something with it. We could also just go Power the Dark Side, Sly more killed something. I think honestly, let's just get the Tambor off the board. I think that's the bigger fear, is the Tambor. Now again, we do eat everything coming off of us now because of the Sly more. The no longer has the win play trigger, which doesn't really matter to me. I mean, next turn we're literally nuking the board presence, so if he decides to go into even more of a wide state, then we're perfectly fine. The problem is I can't just have him, because I could have gone like Overwhelming Barrage, killed a couple of things, like I could have killed like 2 spy tokens or anything like that, but the problem is then the Tambor just powers something up. So we're going to kill off a spy. I mean, the condemned Dark Terea still doesn't matter, because we can easily just show something for the condemn. We are going to eat a whole lot of damage from this. We'll take the chance of Palpatine. We're just going to have to claim here. We're going to eat everything from its attack, but lucky enough, like I said, the condemn trigger still triggers, so we won't have to take Dark Terea's attack. Bounty Hunter's Quarry, which is going to be kind of nasty. Alright, we could put away the Chancellor. Let's just immediately clean out that board. We do get, he does immediately get the effect of his Bounty Hunter Quarry. Darth Vader coming out is a little strange. We're just going to claim. We'll put a First Light away. Alright. We do have Chancellor Palpatine. I guess maybe we could bring out like Sly more as well, because there's not really a point of bringing out the First Light, because we really don't have the use for the First Light. Let's deploy Chancellor Palpatine. We're going to use Palpatine, trigger the ability of Palpatine here. Then we will play... The next card we play is 3 less. We'll play out Sly more, trigger the ability of Sly more, and then that will be it. We're still on 5, but now Vader has to crash into these. So 2 of these guys have to sacrifice themselves into tokens as well. All right. Let's go. Overwhelming Barrage on this. And we'll knock out those 2. So that kills off the Vader. We still have the Sentinel Spy token, which means the 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻 has to go after it. So, which is pretty nice. So we survived it. I mean, that's all we literally had to do. So Overwhelming Barrage. Oh no. How do you get that? Oh, Tambor powered up 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻. We'll hit the base for 8 here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻 has to kill the spy token. Why power him up if you know for a fact you have to go, oh, dogfight on me. Okay, you got me there, son. You got me there in the dogfight. Was not expecting the dogfight. Didn't he already exhaust? Oh, no. I thought he already exhausted Tambor. All right. So he puts out a okay. So he killed off the 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻. So he killed off one of his 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻 to bring out another 𝐂𝐲𝐉𝐻. Then he brought out a Dark Trooper. He got a Gonk Droid. Okay, so thank goodness for the Dogmatica squad. We can put the Super Laser Tech away. We're going to put out the Dogmatica Shock Squad, so that way we immediately have a immediate protection here. With that. So 𝐂𝐓𝐃 is going to then kill off that. Unfortunately, it looks like he did put 9 away, so he did get 1. Remember, 𝐂𝐓𝐃 states on it, so top 10 cards for your deck for a unit cost 2 or less to discard it. Then you could play it for free for your discard. So he brought out the Imperial Dark Trooper off of that. Okay, let's see. Let's have Chancellor Palpatine kill off the Dark Turia. Let's stop him from getting another body onto the board here, or at least stop him from bringing, like, he could go Dark Trooper, like he could technically, like, on a, well, I guess no matter what, everything dies, but the Dark Turia is kind of annoying, so I don't really need that, especially if he plays one thing and then swings, like, on attack you may ready a non-unit. So basically you could play like the Dark Trooper for 3 and then swing the Dark Turia and then go for the kill there. Okay, so he didn't decide to return anything. Okay. What do we want to do? We have the first light to kill that in space. Let's go power. Let's see what he wants to kill off with the power of the dark side. Because he either could kill this off or these 2 off. And I'm surprised we actually survived as long as we did. I swore I thought we were going to die here. So kill off the Geonosis Fire, which makes sense. Power up the Gonk Droid. Alright. We'll hit 2 damage on the Imperial Dark Trooper. That will kill the Gonk Droid, so we'll just knock out the Imperial Dark Trooper, another Gonk Droid, claim the initiative. That will kill the Gonk Droid that had the overwhelming damage on it. Alright, there's not really anything else to really do here, so yeah, I mean, we were winning the game, so that's a win for us. Well, folks, that is a win for good old Palpatine from Secrets of Power, Data Vault. It was, well, I thought we were going to lose that one, folks. Wat Tambor is kind of scary, because it can mass a board, and you have to be so careful when attacking Wat Tambor that you have to be very cautious when to actually swing in for your attacks with Wat Tambor because of that +2. As we saw with that 𝐂𝐓𝐃, so once 𝐂𝐓𝐃 just comes up, you just get a whole bunch of power onto one body, and it's very, very scary. Very scary indeed. But nonetheless, we did survive because, again, we were able to get there with the Super Laser Blast. Again, that was helpful thanks to the Super Laser Technician. But so it's a really good deck. We didn't see a lot of plot stuff, but late game, we did see like the Chancellor Palpatine plot. The Slime War came out pretty handily, even though technically Chancellor Palpatine was guarding us with the spy tokens. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun deck. It's a really, really fun deck. Like the Gadims, I think, are just so much fun. I could see some people playing this even in Kira Data Vault. But yeah, it's a good deck, folks. It's just a good deck. You got some good plot stuff. You just bring it out. You reduce the cost of one of your things. You plot some stuff out. You then just smack your opponent with it. And again, as long as you can survive long enough, I mean, we got lucky the fact that we actually hit a good ramp line. We actually hit one of our ramp cards, so we were able to get up to 8, and our opponent decided to go into their wide stated board, so we were able to immediately clean up that board state instantaneously, so we didn't have to worry about it. So other than that, I think we would have had a little more trouble, and the Slime War did help that one turn just being played out and being a nuisance. But yeah, it's a fun deck. I mean, we've survived the Wat Tambor Yellow. I still think Wat Tambor Red might be a better play, but still, the new official stuff makes it extremely, extremely dangerous for Wat Tambor. I know I have someone in my locals who's definitely wanting to play Wat Tambor with all the new officials. But nonetheless, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the Chancellor Sec Data Vault deck, on the gameplay, your thoughts overall on where you think this deck lands in the PQ season. As a reminder, this is just a deck from a store showdown. This is not in any way a PQ or regional or any deck like this, though I think this deck could be very good to go up into those matchups. But again, we have yet to see what the Sec meta looks like, as we have yet to really claim PQs, and we really will know because not sure if the Galactic Championship will happen before the release of Set 7, which we rotate, or if the Galactic Championships will happen in the Sec meta. So we'll kind of have to see what really happens, because this, folks, this is the last meta where cards from Spark Rebellion, Shadows of the Galaxy, and Twilight Republic are illegal. So once we hit March of 2026, this all changes, and it'll be very interesting, folks. I'm actually kind of really hyped and excited to feel how this game is going to look in the rotation era once we have everything rotated out. But right now, I believe the meta is still going to be dominated. I think Sabe Yellow is a very good deck to watch out for. Sabe Red also. I think this deck can take some games. I think the Padme Spotlight Leader is also a menace to deal with, especially when she flips and she just can go turbo speed pings. I think that we're still going to see the cards from older sets, Sabine, Quinlan's, Tarkin, Piet, I think has a better chance right now to actually be very dangerously meta viable because of the new Fulmentrix and all the new cards he got. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts, guys, down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. I'm going to see you next time. I'm Mom Dragons, TCG.